Hey guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Chef Lance with Deja Food and Decor. I want to take this time to celebrate because we are over 200 subscribers, so we want to say hello to all of our new Deja Foodies. If you have not yet, I ask that you hit the subscribe button as well as the notification button so that you can see when new videos are loaded here on Deja Food and Decor TV. I want to thank you guys for making the Nibble and News segment of my channel a big success with over 2,000 views on my last video. So if you haven't seen it yet, you want to scroll through the videos and look at all of the episodes of Nibble and News. And we have another episode dropping for you later this week. So today's recipe is going to be a spin on an old-time favorite. We're just going to dress it up just in case you have a dinner party coming up or you just want to add some pizzazz to your afternoon meal. I present to you Deja Food and Decor seafood Mostaccioli Alfredo in a rustic bread bowl. I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe just as much as I enjoy preparing it for you. Now let's get started. Okay, so let's talk really quickly about the ingredients that we'll need for our pasta bowls. We have some heavy whipping cream, some Parmesan cheese, some minced garlic, the Mostaccioli noodles. We have olive oil, butter. We have cream cheese, scallops. We have some crawfish. We have snow crab legs, shrimp. We'll also need a loaf of bread, as well as some green onions and some fresh parsley. Okay, so all of our seafood that we're going to add into our Alfredo is going to be prepped, meaning we're going to pre-cook all of our seafood. So with our shrimp, we just want to pan-sear our shrimp in some hot olive oil with just a little bit of Italian seasoning. You can salt and pepper to taste, and that will give you your pan-seared shrimp. And we're going to do the same thing with our scallops, just some hot olive oil with some Italian seasoning, salt and pepper, and a squeeze of lemon. And that's going to give you your pan-seared scallops. Now, we did do a boil earlier with our crab legs and our crawfish, so we have boiled those and we have separated those from the shell so that we have all four seafoods represented. That's going to be our pan-seared shrimp, our pan-seared scallops, as well as our crab legs and our crawfish tails. Now we're getting ready to make our creamy Alfredo sauce from scratch. So we just want to take about 2 cups of heavy whipping cream. We want to take a full stick of butter, and we want to take about 4 ounces of cream cheese, which is about a half a pack of cream cheese. Into the pan, we also want to put in roughly about a tablespoon of Italian seasonings, and then we want to put in about a tablespoon of garlic powder as well. Now on medium heat, we want to go ahead and whisk all of those ingredients together. We want to kind of give the time for the butter to melt as well as the cream cheese to actually break down and merge with the sauce, creating a creamy base. And then we're going to add in our first cup of Parmesan cheese, and we're going to go ahead and start whisking that in. Now, once I've whisked that in, I am going to put in another half of cup to a cup of Parmesan cheese into our mixture, and then we just want to reduce the heat and allow the sauce to actually just ferment and melt down the cheese so that it creates this creamy base in which we'll add our seafood into. Now we're going to go ahead and mix in. I have about 1.5 cups to 2 cups of Alaskan snow crab legs that I've separated from the shell. So we're going to add that into our creamy sauce, as well as we're going to add our shrimp. Now I'm using about 3/4 pounds of shrimp, and I'm using about a half a cup of crawfish. So we're going to go ahead and add the crawfish and the shrimp into our mixture. And then finally, our pan-seared scallops. I went ahead and just chopped those scallops up, and we're going to add the scallops into the mixture as well. So now we're going to stir all of that great seafood in with our creamy Alfredo based sauce. making sure that we get the seafood evenly distributed all the way throughout the sauce. Now, prior to doing this, I did pull out about a half a cup of the creamy sauce before I added the seafood into it, because we will need that to top our bowls. But I'm also adding in about a tablespoon of freshly chopped parsley and just roughly about 2 tablespoons of green onions or scallions into our sauce. Cut that down to a very low simmer, and then we'll let it rest while we boil our Mostaccioli noodles. Now, once our noodles are boiled, we're going to strain those noodles and we're going to put those in a pan or our mixing bowl, and then we're going to add to the top of those noodles our rich and creamy seafood filled Alfredo sauce. And then all we're basically going to do is mix that pasta together and make sure that all of that flavor is extended throughout the pasta. So now it's time to work on our pasta bowls. Now, you can use a more traditional bread baguette, in which is like a round bread where you can actually make the actual bowls out of, but I'm choosing to use a full loaf of bread because I like the square rustic look of the bread. And I am using everything bread, which is like 7+ spices baked into that bread, and you can get this from your local bakery or Publix. Now, you are going to cut your loaf in half because each loaf of bread will produce 2 bread bowls. Now, once you've done that, I use the ends of my bread as the bottom of my bowls, and I take the time to actually just lightly peel back some of the crust off of the bowl, because you want to expose the bread. That's what we're going to actually saturate with our butter, garlic, and parsley mixture before we actually put our bread bowls in the oven to get really crisp. So once you've cut some of the sides off of those bread bowls, you do want to cut the center out as you saw me do. And then you want to melt down 1 stick of butter along with 1 tablespoon of freshly chopped parsley and roughly about 1 tablespoon of minced garlic. And you just want to whisk that all together, and we're going to get our brush and we're just going to brush those bowls down. Saturate the bowls really, really well, making sure you're getting the insides of the bowls, because we are, as I stated, going to put this in an oven at 375 degrees for about 10 to 12 minutes to allow the outside of your bread bowls to become very crisp and toasty. So you want to make sure that you saturate those really well, get the inside so that that buttery flavor is merging with the flavor of your bread. And then once you're finished, as I stated, you will put these in the oven on 375 degrees for about 10 to 12 minutes, just depending on how crispy you want the outside of your bread bowls. Now, once those come out of the oven, it is time to plate your meal up. And what you're going to do is you're going to take that seafood packed Alfredo Mostaccioli, and you're going to fill your bread bowls with that pasta. Now, I have my meal fixed with a small Caesar salad that's just a mix of romaine lettuce, pepperoncinis, and tomatoes with special seasonings. And you're going to top that pasta with that half cup of that creamy Alfredo sauce that you had left over. You're going to garnish that with 1 of your pan-seared shrimp. We're going to also put some of those Alaskan crab meat on the top and 1 of the Alaskan crab clusters on the top for a garnish. And there you have it. That's Deja Food & Decor's creamy seafood filled Alfredo Mostaccioli in a rustic bread bowl, full of flavor and adding a cute little spin on a meal that you would normally just make in a pan. Just customizing those bread bowls take that meal to another level. So there you go, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the recipe. Leave a comment down at the bottom of this video to tell me any special perks that you added to make this recipe your own. To this video, hit the like and subscribe button once again. So stay tuned, and I'll see you next video.